Okay, you should have had enough time to try a few of these problems. I wanted to show you what this also looks like on the MCA calculator because it looks a little bit different. All right, so make sure you're watching my screen to check this work. So for the first problem, it says 4 with a little bitty 3 in the air. That's 4 to the power of 3. You might remember that's a 4, it's a 4, and it's a 4. It's 3 4s. And be careful, it's not pluses in between, it's times. You can always just do that in your calculator. Totally can. But if you want to put 4 with a little 3 in your calculator, in your MCA calculator, you're looking to the left of the 7 and above. There's a little button that looks like a caret. You can see me pressing it. You don't really need to press it that many times, but I'm pressing it so that you can see it's red. That's the button that you need to press. If you're trying to put that in your MCA calculator, you're going to put the big number in front, the base, 4. Then you're going to press that little button, right? That looks like the arrow going up. And then I'm going to press 3, and you can see it looks exactly like it does on your worksheet, right? I can press enter or I can press over. That gets me done. Press enter. My answer is 64. That should be the same as just doing 4 times 4 times 4. When I press enter, take a look. It's exactly the same. The answer is 64. Give yourself a star if you got that right. All right, the second problem. I wanted you to see what this looks like on your calculator too. You should be good at using the ABC button. You should be good at using the ABC button on our calculators, right? But if I'm trying to do 1 1/10 divided by 1 1/5, I'm looking at the button on the MCA calculator, the green one that says second. I have to press that button, right? So I'm going to press, actually first I'm going to press the whole number, which is 1. So I'm going to press 1. Let me clear everything here so it looks brand new. I'm going to press 1. Then I'm going to press that green second button. And up above the 1 where the flashing cursor is, I can see a little bitty second. Then I'm going to press the ND button. So I'm looking at the 7, and up 3, I see ND. In white, it's ND. But I can see that it is in green right above that. It says UND. So notice when I press that, now I get the 1 in front. Now I'm ready to put in the fraction, and the fraction is 1/10. So I'm going to press 1. Then I'm going to push down with my arrows and 10. When I'm done with that fraction, I need to press to the right, and now my cursor moves to the next thing. Next came divide by, so I'm going to press divide by. Now I have 1, and again, that's a whole number, so I'm going to press that first, 1. Second, so I can get to UND, and that's above the 7. I'm looking at the number 7. I'm counting up 3, right? I can see ND. There's a little UND. Now I can press 1, down, 5, over. Now it matches exactly, and I can press enter. And the answer is 11/12. You could do all the work yourself too, right? You could turn these into fractions, right? So that means times and plus, times plus. Let me make that skinnier. That means times and plus. So my first one is 11/10 as I go around, divided by 5 plus 1 is 6, 6/5. If I want to divide, look on the right side, find the reciprocal. Remember, reciprocal means just flip it over. There's 5/6 times and 11/10, right? From here, I would look for common factors. I can see that it's 5 times 2 for 10, 5 times 1, 6 on the bottom. Cross out my 5s, multiply across, 11 on the top, 12 on the bottom. I get the same answer. All right, but I wanted you to see that you need to use that green second button in the top left corner of the calculator. I wish I was there at school to help you out with this today. All right, and then the last one for our warm-up. Ryan has 25 tiles. It asks you to color it green because originally this was going to be in Classkick and be able to color it green. Ryan has 25 tiles. They're all down here. The probability that he chooses a green tile is 12%. Show how many of Ryan's tiles are green. You might have a problem like this on the MCA where you actually need to click on the squares to show how many of them should be green. Well, it's not going to be all of them. If all of them were green, that would be 100%. If half of them were green, which is a little bit trickier to do since this is an odd number. Maybe like that. That would be 50%. All right. So I'm not just going to color in 12 tiles. Because if I color in 12 tiles, think about that as a fraction. That's 12, maybe I should write that in green. 12 green out of 25 tiles. That is not 12%, right? A couple of ways to know that it's not 12%. I can put that in my calculator. 12 divided by 25 times 100. I can see that that's 48%. The other thing I could do is think about if this is a percent, then I would need 100 on the bottom, times 4 on the top, 12 times 4. Hey, look at that. It's 48%. So what I'm really trying to do is get 12%. So I'm going to write 12%, change it into a fraction, 12 on top of 100. So now I'm going to put that 12 up on top and think, how do I work backwards now? How do I work backwards? All right, so I'm going to put my equals. This time I'm going from right to left. So I start at 100. So you might remember we just divided those numbers. 100 divided by 25 is 4. So 100 divided by 4 should be 25. 100 divided by 4. Yep. So if I divide by 4 going the other direction, 12 divided by 4 is 3. This says 3 green out of 25 tiles. I'm going to color 3 of them green. 1, 2, 3. You can't color 3 green, but you can color 3 of them, right? So I'm going to color 3 out of the 25, right? That should be 12%. So now I'm going to take this fraction and I'm going to put it in my calculator. 3 divided by 25. Oh, you can see where this is going. 0.12, 0 and 12 hundredths times 100. And I get 12%. I should times 100. There's my 12%. So be careful. Don't color in 12 tiles. That's 12 out of 25. That's almost half, right? You need to color in 12%. All right, that is the end of our warm-ups. You're going to need to use the back side of your worksheet in just a minute. You're going to turn in that worksheet for your class credit today. I'm not there in school. I'm expecting you to turn in just the back side of the sheet that we are working on right now. I'm going to put up another video so you can see that lesson.